Hello, welcome to North West Tonight. I'm Steve Saul. Police say it's only luck that someone wasn't killed when an international crime gang sprayed bullets at a family home in Hale, shooting into the living room and hitting the couple's sofa. The couple were unaware their daughter was being paid to help smuggle millions of pounds through Manchester Airport. Liam O'Donoghue reports.
Police say almost £30 million from northern crime gangs was stuffed into suitcases and smuggled through Manchester and other airports. Dubai-based criminals paid Emma Ralph, a Manchester airport check-in attendant, to let the suitcases through. But £400,000 hidden in the boot of Ralph's car went missing after she parked it on her parents' drive in Hale. Gunmen later opened fire on the family home, spraying bullets through the front door, the front window and the sofa. Officers say Ralph put her family in grave danger, and it's very fortunate no one was at home. Ralph, her brother Ben Royal and 6 couriers will be sentenced in October. A Dubai-based British man accused of organising the smuggling is due to be extradited. Liam O'Donoghue, BBC North West Tonight.
Reform is being criticised after refusing to spend money on events to mark refugee week in St Helens, where it now runs the council. Reform says too much money is spent on refugees rather than military veterans. But other parties say the decision is wrong and the events help people integrate into the local community.
It's for the betterment of the community. I find it utterly staggering that somebody in political leadership would not want money spent on their community.
About 20% of the foreign aid budget is spent on refugee funding. It creates a system that has far too much money, and that money cannot be transferred into our veterans and homeless people.
And if you missed Politics Northwest with Annabelle this morning, remember you can always catch up right now and this evening on BBC iPlayer. Now, the latest in a series of minor earthquakes has hit Silverdale in Lancashire. It's at least the 4th time the village has been shaken in the past 6 months. Last night's quake measured 2.2 on the Richter scale. No damage was reported. Some locals have even joked the area must now be the UK's earthquake centre. Now, Sir Paul McCartney says the school he set up exactly 30 years ago is now a big, brilliant family nurturing talented youngsters to fulfil their dreams. The Liverpool Institute of Performing Arts celebrates the anniversary tonight with a gala event starring current and former pupils, some of whom have gone on to become big names in their own right, as Jamie Mountain reports.
Founded by musical royalty and opened by the monarch herself, the Liverpool Institute of Performing Arts had an auspicious start. The site of Sir Paul's former high school, the musicians stepped in to save the then derelict building. Writing in tonight's gala programme, he said the spirit of LIPA, as it's known, is about giving talent a chance, and students taking that into the world is one of his great joys. Built on the success of the city's musical past, the school has produced a host of celebrated musicians, actors and dancers, including Holly Humberstone and local band The Wombats.
Everyone's stories are so different, but the determination and the experience they all have, and I think foundation of LIPA being as it is and creating these amazing people definitely pushes current students and people who are graduating this year to keep that motivation going.
Not just for performers, LIPA also trains those with ambitions to work behind the scenes.
They're vital. They're absolutely critical. There is no show without all of those roles. And our strapline for 30 years has been for performers and those who make performance possible. And so that's very much part of the DNA of LIPA.
This evening, alumni are gathering at the Liverpool Philharmonic Hall, with a few set to feature in performances starring and produced by current students. As LIPA celebrates 3 decades of nurturing international talent, those at the heart of the organisation will no doubt hope the next 30 years bring continued success. Jamie Mountain, BBC North West Tonight in Liverpool.
Sport now in the Women's Rugby Super League. St Helens beat Huddersfield 28 points to 20. In cricket, Lancashire Lightning lost to Glamorgan by 2 wickets in the T20. Lancashire posted 201 for 7 from their 20 overs. In response, Glamorgan reached 202 for 8, securing victory. Meanwhile, Lancashire Thunder Women, they lost Nottinghamshire Blaze by 15 runs. Here's the weather now from Anna.
Good evening to you. Things are going to be quite cool over the next few days and rather unsettled at times, including overnight tonight. The clouds been building. We've had outbreaks of patchy rain. It's likely to turn heavier for a time during the early hours of the morning, perhaps quite squally. You can see with the bright colours there, the winds will pick up briefly for a time. So quite mild, 11 degrees Celsius is your minimum. Now, if you're up early, it is looking quite unsettled, but this weather front is pushing its way eastwards as we go through the morning. And then quite quickly, things are going to quieten down. It's likely to be largely dry for the rest of the day, just 1 or 2 isolated showers, plenty of blue skies and sunshine, but it is on the cool side, highs of just 16 degrees Celsius. Remaining cool though as we go through Tuesday and Wednesday, but warming up a little bit as we head towards the weekend.
That's it for me and the Tea Time team. We're back with the late news tonight at 10:25. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.